right, so environment is anything that surrounds an organism. Environmental science, the definition is not there in your shell, so I'm gonna have you add it. It's important that you understand that it's an applied science, so write that down. Applied science. Anybody know what that means?
That's supposed to be on one of the black parts.
Yes. If you notice, I covered what was there because it's a, yeah, forget about that.
Oh,
Applied science. Applying what? If I'm applying science, what does that mean? Does anybody know? I'm gonna give you a better word. Interdisciplinary. Have you ever heard that? Interdisciplines. Nobody knows what that is? That means it uses all sciences. Write that down. And applied science means it uses all sciences. For what? What do you think this class came to exist for? Good. Why? Why does this class exist? I could tell you when I was in applied science, that uses all sciences to solve environmental problems. This class came to exist so that you can be aware of your environment and realize that if you don't take care of it, there already is serious problems. So we're trying to avoid any future problems and solve the ones that already exist.
So that's the definition?
Yes, applied science, that means it uses all sciences. What are all sciences?
Chemistry.
Chemistry, bio, anatomy, physics. It uses it, and who hasn't taken chemistry? Did I ask that already? Yeah, okay, well the rest of you have, that's pretty good. That's the first time since, oh you have it, yeah. It's not a prerequisite, but it are associated with living in science. No, words, like when you studied the living science, what was it called? Science of the living. Correct. Biotic in environmental science is living. So what's going to be non-living?
No.
Non-biotic, what else? Yep, abiotic. Yes.
You said you.
What's the major focus of environmental science? Same thing we just said, to solve, okay? This is how you're going to see questions on the test. I'm going to give you definitions and then I'm going to apply them. So you have to really understand the concept in order to get the questions right on the test. Your first test is next Thursday. Did I post that on your campus calendar? Has anybody seen that? I don't think you could see the calendar unless you go to the website. And I'm actually, who could tell me what's the root cause of all environmental problems? Us is kind of right. What about us? I'm going to tell you that pollution is one of them, and I think that's right here. Yes. But why is there so much pollution?
Because we live.
Correct. We've always littered. I mean, we actually take care of litter better than we did before because we have waste management. Before, people used to just throw things away in the street.
burning fossil fuels?
That's resource depletion. So that's a cause of it's a problem and it causes pollution. But what is the reason why all of these are so escalated? I'm gonna see if my picture works. Let me see. Does this help you come up with the answer? That's a pool in China, by the way.
Oh my God.
Who wants to go swimming there? Yeah, it's pretty gross. Overpopulation is the root cause of all environmental problems. It's because there's so many people in the world that we have excessive resource depletion, excessive pollution. Now, name me some other environmental problems besides resource depletion and pollution.
Global warming?
Good. Climate change. Global warming is one issue in climate change. What else? I'll show you pictures. Let's see if you get it. That one doesn't open. Let me see if this one opens. No. Okay, so I forgot to hyperlink them. What do you deal with daily or twice a week? That's going to be a big problem because we're not going to know what to do with it. Waste. Big problem. Not just your personal waste, industrial waste. Think of computers that now exist and didn't exist 50 years ago. What are they doing with all the computers when they throw them out? TVs, 70-inch TVs. A lot of waste. Here's the last one, loss of biodiversity. Without the picture, I probably wouldn't get it. Loss of species or diversity of species, big topic in environmental science. And we're really the cause behind it. About humans. Yeah, human threats. It's a star because obviously any effect of the environment is going to threaten you directly. So everything that goes on around you is going to affect you.
Just too many
Too many people in one area.
Too many people and not enough what?
resources.
Resources. Great. That's what overpopulation is. Now, what is a resource? Because we're talking about resource depletion and we really don't know what a resource is. Well, I hope you know what a resource is. Water is an example of a resource. Good. What is the definition?
Something like something you need to survive.
Good. Something that you need to survive. And you know what? I want you to add, not necessarily need. You could actually put want.
So we can want instead of need.
No, you put both.
Oh.
Because some resources you do not need to survive. You just want them and are used to having them to survive. And then you would have to learn how to adjust your life without them. Anybody know what I'm referencing? That we're going to have to adjust our life without it? Paper. This is going to save that problem. We're going to see if we monitor paper consumption and we monitor for the next 10 years, it's going to drop significantly because of paperless workflow. I mean, businesses, they're using electronic filing. There's ways that you can literally access your files from your computer from anywhere in the world as long as you have remote access. So people are not taking files with them. They're leaving them on their hardware and they're accessing them from wherever they're at.
But won't it use more energy?
Yes? Anybody know there's three types of resources, non-renewable, renewable, and potentially renewable. Anybody know examples? Non-renewable. I just said it. Oil. Oil is a fossil fuel. All fossil fuels are non-renewable. They will run out. So petroleum, natural gas, coal, uranium, propane, those are all non-renewable. You don't have to know that on this test. You just have to know what non-renewable is. There's a whole unit on non-renewable energy in this class. Renewable.
Paper.
What's paper, really?
Trees.
Trees, good. Living things are renewable. They're not supposed to run out. If you're a species, by definition, you're an organism that breeds and produces fertile offspring, so you're not supposed to run out. What else is not supposed to run out?
Water.
Water. What else? Air, correct. However, there is a term called potentially renewable, and you can put a little star here. Potentially renewable resources means a renewable resource can have the potential to become depleted for a significant amount of time. And water is actually one that has a big topic of concern. I'm going to show you a picture. What? But I just hyperlinked that. When something is polluted, what did you do? You think dirty?
External items that don't like enter the environment.
Good. You kind of introduced some kind of chemical that doesn't belong there that's actually going to harm that area. Introduction of harmful levels of chemicals into the environment. Now, degrading, I added that word because anybody know what that means, degrade?
To like
Bring it down. Bring it down. You're taking it to a lower state. So besides like actual introductions of chemicals, we can degrade areas. Like this area I was talking about, when we extract water, it degrades the surrounding area. It's not necessarily pollution because it's just water, but it does take the surrounding area to a lower state. Now, biodiversity. What does biodiversity mean? We're obviously losing it because that's what we're defining, but what is bio? What's a root word bio mean?
Like,
Life. And diversity? Different and quantity. So you're gonna have loss of variety and number of species. Species, or what else can be lost in diversity? Not just species, but what else?
Plants.
Plants is a species. So I want you to think of that. It's not just animals, it's also plants. It's also genetics, genes. And that's gonna be a big topic we're gonna talk about. They're genetically modifying things, so we're losing diversity of genes, and that's a problem in the long run. Now, as we mentioned, climate change is linked to global warming, and that's a big topic we're gonna talk about as well. All of these,
What was the
no,
color.
There's hope.
color, what about it?
Green.
Green.
It's green, okay? So it's like a go green subliminal message?
Yeah.
Yes, because at the end of the day, honestly, if you don't learn all the topics, but I actually put some kind of guilty conscience in you and you make a significant change in your life, that's already hope for the future. So, but what's one of the biggest solutions to all our problems?
Stay green.
Recycle.
Recycle is actually the third choice. Reduce is the first, reuse is the second, recycle is the third. And they actually are referenced in that order for a reason. If you reduce, you're avoiding the problem. If you reuse, like that's taking your water bottle and you're reusing it, which is really not all that great, but like it's better to buy aluminum or something and reuse it than plastic, because you've all heard that the plastic, your bacteria in your mouth and all that, right? Yes, and the heat, okay, look it up. Recycle means you're gonna give the product in so they can make a new product. So that requires energy. That's why they have their order. And that is it.